What three takeaways would you want to leave with the listeners with that could influence their life positively and are actionable immediately? In other words, hey, right now I'm walking away from this podcast after 40 minutes with Soren. What can I use?
Well, I think first recognize we all have experiential intelligence, and it's simple to get started. And it doesn't have to be a difficult process or a painful process or an emotional one. You can get started by just listing off, here are the experiences that I've had. Here's what I took away from them in terms of my mindsets, my abilities, and my know-how. And that gives you a snapshot of sort of what makes you you. So that's step one. Step two would be you can do that with and get feedback from other people so that you can get some mirroring back to the accuracy of what you're seeing. And it can be the positive stuff or the negative stuff. But if you do that, you also start creating a dialogue with your partner, your team, whoever it is that's meaningful to you. And oftentimes they'll share too. And that cycle of vulnerability and insight and reflection will help everyone grow. Those are things you don't even need the book for it. You can just like have the conversation that you can get started super easy with that. The other thing is, if you are looking at, if you're in business, it sort of is a business book, even though it applies to education and it applies to parenting and it applies to personal development. Let's say you're wanting to hire people or you're in a team and you want to develop people. Don't just look at what's listed on their resumes. Try to understand their life experience that they're willing to share that demonstrate the assets that exist within your teams and organizations so that you can really leverage all of that. And it can be positive stuff. What life experiences have you had that shaped you in some positive way? You get all that on the table, you realize those are the competencies that your team has, and then you leverage those to achieve your goals. It again doesn't have to be rocket science. It's very simple stuff, but it's a framework that's just been flying under the radar and anyone can tap into it.